Greetings. Welcome to CEC Gurukul lectures. In the series of financial statement of non-corporate entities with adjustment entry, we already talked about the adjustment entries, all the adjustment entries. We have covered all the adjustment entries. So in today's lecture, we are going to take a review of all the lectures, whatever we have done till now, and we are going to understand this financial statement, how to prepare the financial statement with adjustment entries with the help of comprehensive example. So to begin with, let me first explain you quickly whatever we have done so far. What are financial statement? Financial statement, as I explained you, financial statements are organized summaries of detailed information about the financial performance and position of an enterprise. Financial statements are also known as final accounts because they depict the final results of an enterprise. So, final accounts for the manufacturing business entities, those entities who are involved in the manufacturing of a product. So, the final accounts which are prepared by the manufacturing business entities are manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. The final accounts which are prepared by the non-manufacturing business entities are trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So, basically, one additional account, that is manufacturing account, is prepared by the manufacturing entities along with trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So, trading account and profit and loss account, these two accounts are known as income statement because they depict the financial performance of the enterprise. Balance sheet, this depicts the financial position of an enterprise, so this is known as a position statement. By preparing trading account, what we calculate? We calculate by preparing trading account gross profit or gross loss. So, whatever we calculate in the trading account, whether there is a gross profit or gross loss, that is transferred to the next account, that is profit and loss account. So, by preparing profit and loss account, net profit or net loss is calculated, which is ultimately transferred to the capital account, and this capital account is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. And finally, balance sheet is prepared and which depicts the financial position on a given date. So, this is the format which we have already discussed in our previous lecture of the trading account. So, the trading account, this is nominal account in nature, and the rule of the nominal account says debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gains. Because of that rule, all the expenses are shown on the debit side. As you can see, the first item is appearing here, opening stock, then purchases, and from purchases, the items which are related with the goods are deducted. That is, if there is an abnormal loss of goods, if there is a goods used for personal use, if goods are used for personal use by the owner, that is termed as drawings. So, this will be deducted from the purchases, goods given as a charity, goods distributed as a free sample. So, because of any reason, if purchases are reduced, that will be deducted from the purchases. The next item is shown here, direct expenses. Expenses are classified into two categories, direct expenses and indirect expenses. Direct expenses are shown on the debit side of the trading account, whereas indirect expenses are shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So, all the direct expenses are shown on the debit side of the trading account. On the credit side, sales are shown, less sales written, closing stock, and if credit side exceed debit side, there will be a gross loss, there will be a gross profit, and this gross profit will be transferred to the next account, that is profit and loss account. What if debit side exceed credit side? In that case, there will be a gross loss, and this gross loss will be transferred to profit and loss accounts. Either of these two, whether gross profit or gross loss, will be calculated by preparing this trading account, and whatever is there, whether gross profit or gross loss, that will be transferred to the next account, that is profit and loss account. So, the next account is profit and loss account. This is also nominal in nature, and because of that rule, all expenses and losses are shown on the debit side of this account, and all income and gains are shown on the credit side of this account. What does it include? Profit and loss account, all indirect expenses, and indirect expenses are office expenses, selling and distribution expenses, expenses related with the depreciation on assets, financial expenses, and if there are any losses, loss by fire, loss by theft, loss on sale of fixed asset is given, then that has to be shown on the debit side. Basically, all expenses and losses are shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account, and all incomes which are related with discount received, commission received, bank interest, any rent received, if there is a gain on the sale of fixed asset or profit on sale of investment, that will be shown on the credit side of the profit and loss account. So what is calculated by preparing profit and loss account? By preparing profit and loss account, net profit or net loss is calculated. If credit side, if income side exceed expenses side, that is debit side, in that case gross profit, net profit will be calculated, and this net profit will be transferred to the capital account, and this capital account is ultimately shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. And if there is a net loss, that is also transferred to the capital account, and this will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. The next is balance sheet. Balance sheet, basically this is not an account. This depicts the balances of assets and liabilities on a particular date. So this on the liability side, as you can see, the first item is capital, and whatever is there, whether there is a profit and loss, will be added or deducted from the capital. Then the long term liabilities, loan, debentures will be shown on the liabilities, current liabilities. On the asset side, all type of assets, whether intangible assets, fictitious assets, fixed assets, long-term investments, current assets and liquid assets will be shown. So this is the format of balance sheet. Balance sheet is prepared on a given date, and this depicts the financial position of a enterprise. Now, the points which you need to consider before the preparation of final accounts. Generally, in question, trial balance is given. But if trial balance is not given in the question? The first thing which you need to do, if trial balance is not given in the question, it is advisable to prepare trial balance and to find out the difference, if any, in the trial balance. If there is any difference in the trial balance, then that trial balance is transferred to the suspense account, and if that suspense account is having debit balance, it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet, and if that suspense account is having credit balance, that will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. If trial balance is given in the question, in that case, you need to segregate the items which are given in the trial balance. Remember one thing always, the items which are appearing in the trial balance are to be recorded at one place only at the time of preparing final account. For example, if in trial balance wages are given, so wages are to be shown on the debit side of the trading account only. The items which are given inside the trial balance are to be recorded at one place only. If assets are given in the trial balance, that has to be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. If salary is given, which is an indirect expense, it is to be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. The second thing is regarding nominal accounts. The nominal accounts which with the debit balances are to be shown either on the trading account or in the profit and loss account. Similarly, nominal accounts with credit balance, that means incomes, are to be shown in the trading account or profit and loss account. Items which are related with the real account, means all assets, will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Items which are related with the personal account, that means debtors, creditors, drawings, capital, are to be shown in the balance sheet. The total of both the side of the balance sheet will always be equal. So let's understand this financial statement with the help of example. So the following is the trial balance of Mr. A as at 31st March 2019. So this is the trial balance, and in this trial balance several items are given here. So the first thing before attempting the question is you need to segregate all the items which are given in the trial balance. So the items which are related with the real account means all assets will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. All items which are related with the personal account will be shown in the balance sheet. Third, the items which are related with the nominal account will be shown in the trading or profit and loss account. If items related with the nominal account are direct expenses, will be shown on the debit side of the trading account, and the items which are related with the nominal account are indirect expenses, will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So let's segregate the items which are given here in the trial balance. The first item is given drawings and capital. Drawings and capital, this item is related with the personal account, because drawings and capital both depicts the owner, and owner means person. All type of persons comes under personal account. So the items which are related with the personal account will be shown in the balance sheet. So this item will be shown in the balance sheet. The next item which is related with the stock, this is opening stock. This is the item of which will be shown on the debit side of the trading account. This item is related with the nominal account. Purchase and sales, again these are the items. Purchase and sales are related with the nominal account, and as I have explained you, the items which are related with the nominal account will be shown in the trading and profit and loss account. Then again, sales return and purchase return are given. Debtors and creditors. Debtors and creditors are related with the personal account, will be shown in the balance sheet. Discount is an item which is related with the nominal account, will be shown in the profit and loss account. Loan, bank loan, its liability will be shown on the liability side of a balance sheet. Carriage inward, it is an expense, it is a direct expense, will be shown on the debit side of the trading account. Rent and rates, this is an indirect expense, it is pertaining with the nominal account, will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Salaries and wages, again it is an indirect expense and will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Printing stationery, interest on bank loan, travelling expenses, postage and telephone, insurance, general expenses, all these items are related with the nominal account, because all these are expenses, and all indirect expenses are shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. The next item which is given here is furniture. All type of assets comes under real account. So all items which are related with the real account are shown in the balance sheet on the asset side. The next items are cash balances and bank balances. These are also assets. So this will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. After the segregation of the trial balances, all the items are segregated. We know this thing. So the items of this trial balance will be placed where? Whether in the trading account, profit and loss account, or in the balance sheet. Now, let's talk about the adjustments which are given outside of the trial balance. Remember one thing, the adjustments which are given outside of the trial balance, these has to be recorded at least at two places. That means this will affect at least two accounts. Like the first item is given here. Closing stock on 31st March 2019 was 78,600. So this closing stock is given outside of the trial balance. Any item which is given outside of the trial balance will affect this closing stock will affect trading account, and this will also be shown in the balance sheet. So the items which are given outside of the trial balance will be recorded at least at two places. At least at two places. More than the two places could be possible. The second adjustment is given credit purchase rupees 400 have not been entered in the books. The credit purchase which are not entered in the books, so this has to be recorded. So this will be recorded in the purchases in the trading account, and this, because of the purchases, creditors will also be increased. So look at this will be shown like this. So in purchases, as you can see, omitted invoice worth rupees 400 is added to the purchases, and because of this purchases, creditors will be increased. So this will be shown in the balance sheet. So next is printing and stationery, and amounting rupees 3600 need to be is to be carried forward. So the printing and stationery which is given in the trial balance was 8700. Outside of the trial balance, it is given in the information that printing and stationery amounting to rupees 3600 is to be carried forward. So out of 8700, we'll deduct 3600, only 5100 will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. As you can see, on the debit side of the profit and loss account, printing and stationery is shown with rupees 5100. 8700 was given in the trial balance, and outside of the trial balance, it was given in the adjustment that 3000 is a prepaid. This needs to be carried forward. So only 5100 is related with the current year. The amount which is related with the current year will be shown in the current year only. And this prepaid expense, 3600 is a prepaid expense. If it is a prepaid expense, this will also be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. As you can see, this prepaid expenses is of rupees 3600 is shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. So this has a this is affecting two places, one in the profit and loss account and one in the balance sheet. The next item is interest on bank loan shall be provided for an entire year. The interest on bank loan, the bank loan which was given in the trial balance was loan which we have taken is worth rupees 20,000, and the rate of interest on loan is given 14% per annum. So this has to be provided for the entire year, and since it is an indirect expense, this will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. As you can see, two interest on bank loan is showing here 2,800, 14% on 20,000, and interest on bank loan is a liability also. So this is also shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. The next item is which is related with the personal purchases of the proprietor amounting to rupees 600 have been recorded in the purchase daybook. So if there are personal purchases of the proprietor, and this is worth rupees 600, this have been recorded in the purchase day book. If it is recorded in the purchase day book, this has to be rectified. How to rectify? This will be deducted from the purchases. As you can see in the purchases, on the debit side of the trading account, drawings are deducted from the purchases worth rupees 600. If any goods are withdrawn by the owner for his personal use, then it is termed as drawings, and these drawings are to be deducted from the purchases. The other effect would be on the balance sheet. This will be shown in the balance sheet. These drawings will be shown in the balance sheet on the liability side. So every item which is given outside of the trial balance will be affecting at least two places. The next item is given depreciate furniture by 10%. So the furniture would be depreciated by 10%. That is, the furniture which was given in the trial balance was this was given 5,000, and the depreciation at the rate of 10% on furniture comes to 500. So this is an indirect expense, will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Another effect would be in the balance sheet. This will be shown in the balance sheet, furniture less depreciation. The next item is regarding this included among the debtors rupees 3,000 due from him and included among creditors rupees 1,000 due to him. This is the example of common debt. As I have already explained you about the common debt, how to treat this common debt. In this case, the adjustment entry would be sundry creditors account debit to sundry debtor account with the minimum of these two amounts, and minimum of these two amount is 1,000. So 1,000 will be deducted from the creditors and from the debtors, and this will be affecting the creditors on the liability side of the balance sheet. As you can see, common debts 1,000 is deducted from the creditors and 1,000 from the list of the debtors is deducted on the asset side of the balance sheet. As we are adjusting this common debts, so the provision for doubtful debts and provision for discount and debtors will be calculated accordingly. The last adjustment which is given here is regarding provision for bad and doubtful debts is to be created at the rate of 5% on debtors and 2% for discount and debtors. Provision for doubtful debts, the debtors which are given in the trial balance, deduct common debts, and after that the remaining amount the provision for doubtful debts would be created, and after the provision for doubtful debts 2% for discount and debtors would be created. So let's have a look on the trading account and profit and loss account. The opening stock which was already given in the trial balance was 48,600. The purchases which were given in the trial balance 3,21,700, and the omitted purchases are to be added here. Since these purchases were omitted to be recorded, so we have increased the amount of purchases by adding it to the purchases. Purchase return were given in the question, so purchase return are to be deducted from this. Drawings, goods withdrawn by the owner for his personal use, so 600 is deducted. So in a simple manner, anything which is reducing the value of the purchases will be deducted. Anything which is increasing the value of purchases will be added. The final amount comes to 3,15,700. Carriage inward which was given in the trial balance is an example of the direct expense, so it will be shown on the debit side of the trading account. On the credit side, sales are shown, less sales return, and closing stock was given outside of the trial balance, so this will be shown at two places, one in the trading account and one in the balance sheet on the asset side. So by preparing this trading account, we have calculated gross profit. How gross profit is calculated? When credit side exceed debit side, the total of the credit side comes to 4,59,600. You need to deduct the items which are given on the debit side, so there is a balancing figure of 77,500. that means your income exceed expenses. So in this case the gross profit would be there, and this gross profit would be transferred to the next account, that is profit and loss account. In the profit and loss account, all the items, that is indirect expenses and all losses, would be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. As you can see, the all items which were given in the trial balance, that is rent and rates, salaries and wages and other expenses, are shown on the debit side. The items which were given outside of the trial balance are also adjusted here, and on the credit side there was a gross profit in the trading account which is shown on the credit side of this account. This profit and loss account is nominal account in nature, and because of that rule, all the expenses and losses are shown on the debit side, and all the incomes and gains are shown on the credit side. And because of that reason, gross profit is shown on the credit side, which is a transfer from the trading account. And there is one more income, that is discount received, which was given in the trial balance, is shown on the credit side of this account. If your credit side exceed debit side, there is a profit, and this is known as net profit, and this net profit is transferred to the capital account. How to calculate this provision for doubtful debts? So provision for doubtful debts, which is shown on the debit side of this profit and loss account, is calculated. The debtors which were given in the trial balance were worth rupees 24,000. You need to deduct common debt before calculating provision for doubtful debts. So 24,000 debtors given in the trial balance. deduct common debt, which is 1000 here. So the net amount is 23,000, and on this 23,000 the provision would be created at the rate of 5%. This comes to 1150. So this 1150 would be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. The next item is relating with provision on discount on debtors. So how it is calculated? Debtors given in the trial balance 24,000, deduct common debt, then the net amount is 23,000. You need to create the provision for doubtful debts at the rate of 5% on this remaining debtor, that is 23,000. That comes to 1150. After the deduction of provision for doubtful debts, provision for discount on good debtors are created, that is 2% on 23,000, that is 1150. So the net amount is 1150. This is the balance sheet, or as you can see on the liability side, capital is shown, which is given in the trial balance. The profit which we have calculated in the profit and loss account is added here. Whatever is increasing, the balances of the owner will be added here. So if there is a net profit, that will be added to the capital. If there is a net loss, that will be deducted from the capital. So in this case, there was a net profit and this is added to the capital less drawings. Drawings are always deducted from the capital. So drawings given in the question was 19,000 plus 600 were in the goods withdrawn by owner for personal use. So this comes to 19,600. So the net amount of the capital comes to 80,593. Bank loan was given in the question. Loan is a liability. Because of that reason, it is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Interest accrued, interest due but not paid is which is still outstanding, is shown on the liability side. Then creditors are 14,800 given in the trial balance, and there were purchases which were omitted to be recorded, and because of those purchases were also increased and creditors are also increased. And then finally common debts, the common debts are to be deducted from both the side, from the creditor side and from the debtor side. As you can see on the asset side, furnitures are shown 5,000 less depreciation. The value after the deduction of the depreciation comes to 4,500. Stock is given here 78,600. So the debtors are 24,000 less common debts, less provision for doubtful debts and less provision for discount on debtors. Then prepaid expenses which are given outside of the trial balance are shown here. Printing and stationery, then cash balances and bank balances are shown here. So automatically the balance sheet is automatically equal. Your assets and liabilities both are equal. So thank you so much everyone. Looking forward for your feedback. Thank you so much.